Hello and welcome to the virtual class. My name is Alain Gutierrez. You also know me as Mr. G. Today we're going to be viewing the PowerPoint presentation I have prepared for you on unit number 1 of the Passages book. We are going to be working with the first grammar of the unit, which will have to do with voicing opinions and feelings on matters. So here we go. We're going to watch this presentation right now. Passages, Unit 1, Grammar number 1. How do you feel about this image? Everybody knows the iconic Mr. Stark, Tony Stark, in the Avengers Endgame movie. We have also seen movies like Maleficent in the recent years, and these images all have to elicit your opinion or your feelings about something. So what I want you to do is look at these images and think about how you feel about them and try to voice your opinion to me on the WhatsApp group or on the virtual platform, depending on where we're working. So here we go again. I want you to think about the picture, and I want you to try to share what you think about the picture with me or with your classmate, depending on how we are working that day. Take your time to view the images. So this, for example, is a picture from the iconic duo that are Raymond and Miguel from the Lottoman movie. Now, we can express our emotions and our feelings in many different ways. Today we are going to talk about how to express opinions and feelings with the first grammar of Unit 1. The grammar we are covering today is gerunds after the verb and the variations of this grammar. You can be surprised, shy, disappointed, confused, kind, silly. These are all emotions that you can experience, and you can voice these feelings as opinions or emotions, as we were saying. So as Dominicans, we have the need to voice our opinions. A way we can voice our opinion correctly is using the grammar of the gerund after the verb. Remember, the gerund is any verb in its base form followed by the prefix of ing. Excuse me, not the prefix, the suffix. The prefix goes before the word and the suffix goes after the word. So remember, ing, dislike is disliking, appreciate is appreciating, and so forth. You could say, remembering the grammar, I avoid talking about politics in class. It is a sensitive subject. So avoid is the verb. In this case, the verb is in the present. The verb can be conjugated to the past. The verb can be conjugated to the future. But for this instance, and the way we are going to learn this grammar is the first verb, in this case, avoid, is always going to be in the present. The verb avoid is going to be in the present. Talking is going to be in the gerund. So I avoid talking about politics in class. It is a sensitive topic or subject. So the opinion here is talking about politics is a sensitive subject. You could also say, I enjoy going to watch action films with my friends. Again, you can see that enjoy is the first verb, which is in the present, and that going is in the gerund. There are certain verbs that can be used to voice your opinion. Now, let me rephrase this. There are certain verbs that can be followed by a gerund. So, not all verbs can be conjugated or used with a gerund after. They don't make sense. And on this webpage, which I will also be posting on the platform and the WhatsApp group on the day of the class, you can see the full list. But for now, here are some important ones. Avoid, celebrate, consider, detest, dislike, enjoy, keep, mind, resist, save, So these are all verbs that you can follow by a gerund. So you can avoid talking, you can celebrate talking, you can consider talking. I can detest talking. We can dislike talking. We can enjoy talking, keep talking, mind talking, resist talking, and save some time for talking. So if you want to look at the full list, remember you can access this website. So this grammar has two variations. The gerund will always come after the verb. However, you can sandwich other grammar structures in the middle. So think of this as a sandwich. And don't think it is that I'm hungry, because I might be hungry, but I might not be hungry. The important thing is that you will always have the verb in the present first, and then you will have the gerund. You can put any other information in the middle, which is the case after the verb and a preposition. And there's also the case where you can interchange the gerund for the infinitive to express your opinion. So after the verb and a preposition. I insist on believing Maleficent is the coolest adoptive parent on film. So here we have on as a preposition. On is the preposition. Insist is the verb and believing is the gerund. See how you have on sandwiched here in the middle. So you have bread, peanut butter. You have bread, ham and cheese. Whatever you want to be in the middle, but it's always going to be between the first verb and the gerund. Never the gerund before the preposition, never the gerund before the verb. You are always going to have verb, gerund, and if you want in the middle, a preposition. You can also interchange the gerund for the infinitive to express your opinion. I love to watch comedy films when I am with my family. Notice, love to watch. You can also say, I love watching comedy films when I am with my family. Notice, it's the same information. The only thing that changes is the form of the second verb, which is watch. Watching and to watch is the changes that you can have. You're still expressing the same opinion, but the difference is the change in the form of the second verb. Thank you for watching this presentation. Remember, you can voice your opinions with this grammar. You have to use the gerund after the verb. You have to use the gerund after the verb. It's mandatory. The conjugation of the first verb could be in the past, as we mentioned, or in the present. But for this instance, it will either be the simple present in its positive or in its negative form. Let's retake this example. Here it is. So, I insist on believing Maleficent is the coolest adoptive parent on film. This can be negative. I don't, or I do not insist on believing Maleficent is the coolest adoptive parent on film. Remember, it can either be positive or negative, and for this instance, we are going to maintain the first verb in the present. Again, thank you for watching, and have a nice rest of your day.